Welcome to Module 3. You've made it to my favorite module because we're going to get into the science of how we really reprogram our subconscious mind for success. I'll tell you what, we're going to get into quantum physics, we're going to get into some string theory, but we're going to put it at a very simplistic level with action steps that you can take to really begin to program your mind to really accomplish whatever your heart desires. And so this is going to be an exciting module. And again, congratulations on completing the first couple modules. Again, if you don't know by now, my name is Steve and I help people live their best life. And so let's jump into module 3. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, share this with someone who you believe would be a benefit. And with that, let's jump into module 3. Hi, this is Steve and welcome to Module 3. Earlier this week, I had received a message from one of our clients. Her name is Giovanna and she just completed the Vision, Decision, Action ebook. And she was basically saying how much she loved it because it was so simple. It was broken down at such a simplistic level that she was kind of inspired to get off of her couch and actually put things into action. And so that's what we always try to do here at Coaching Business Solutions is we want to break things down to the most simplistic level, really create good actionable steps so we can see the results that we want. Now, why did I just share that with you? I shared that with you because today we're going to talk about neuroscience, but we're going to break it down at a nice, easy level. So let's just kind of review some of the things we've covered from more of a scientific standpoint in modules 1 and 2, so we can kind of get us up to speed here in module 3. So what we've talked about really is quantum physics as well as string theory. So when I was in school, we talked about things like protons and neurons, and we looked at things at a molecular level and kind of the atom, and science could only break things down so small. In today's physics, quantum physics, and specifically string theory, they've gone much smaller than that to where at the very core of who we are is we are simply energetic beings. It's called string theory because each strand looks like a little piece of string, and that string is vibrating, giving off of a frequency. And so everything we do is really a vibration. The thoughts we think are a vibration. They're vibrating at a frequency. Now, when we did the time machine exercise where you put yourself 3 years in advance and put yourself in that particular place, why did we do that? Because of the fact that you're vibrating at a particular frequency, and we want to begin to change your vibration. In the 90-day challenge of consistently reading over your vision, you're going to be changing your vibration. Now, you always start that off with that statement of I'm happy and grateful because gratitude is at an exceptionally high vibration. You can actually measure the vibration of an emotion. And so with that, we'll kind of jump right in here into Module 3. A few years ago, to kind of give you an example of what I'm talking about, I did an experiment utilizing rice and water. I put rice into some mason jars, and then I labeled each one of those jars. So there were 3 jars. This actually comes from a Japanese scientist named Dr. Emoto, who studies the molecular structure of water and how it can really be influenced by looking at it under a microscope. And so in these 3 jars, in jar number 1, I put rice and water, labeled that love. The second jar, I labeled it hate. And then the third jar, I just left alone. That was going to be kind of the control group. And about 2 weeks in, each day I would actually be speaking to these particular jars. And it looked crazy. I'm sure it sounded crazy, but I'd pick up the jar and say, I love you, rice. You're the most beautiful rice that I've ever seen. And then on the hate jar, I would look at it and say, you're the nastiest, most disgusting rice ever. And so that went on a couple weeks. And then I had to go on a business trip to Cabo San Lucas. And so they got left just on my kitchen counter for a few weeks. And so about 30 days altogether, when I got back from Cabo, the jar that was labeled love looked wonderful. The water was still crystal clear. The rice looked healthy. It was still nice and white and such. But that hate rice, the hate jar, that had already begun to decompose. There were worms growing in it. It was very, very black, absolutely nasty. So how does something like that even happen? It's simply energy. Everything is energy. So the words we speak have power. The thoughts that we think have power. And it becomes highly important that we begin to learn to really notice what we're noticing. What are the thoughts am I having? And then I can make decisions on, is these thoughts healthy? Is these thoughts going to get me to where it is that I really want to go in relation to my vision? So keep in mind that results never lie. Our results are always a reflection of our thinking. Remember, our thoughts produce an emotion produces an action, and then an action produces a result. So if we're seeing results that we do not like, that means there's an issue in our thinking. Matter of fact, Zig Ziglar used to call that stinking thinking, right? When our thought process is not in alignment with our purpose and with our vision. So how do we kind of really go even a step deeper? How do these results really work? What we want to look at is the difference between our conscious mind and our subconscious mind. So keep in mind that our subconscious mind is 1,000,000 times more powerful than our conscious mind. Our conscious mind is our thinking mind. It's our creative mind. We use our conscious mind when we're thinking about something in the past, when we're thinking about something in the future, and through things like meditation and mindfulness, we really want to begin to use our conscious mind in the present. But that's not most of us. The subconscious mind is more like the habits. That's where your habits lie, within your subconscious mind. That's typically programmed by the time we're about 7 years of age. So how does this work? Okay, the subconscious mind is controlling 90 to 95% of your results. Most of us spend most of our day thinking about something in the past or something in the future that hasn't yet happened. You know what my spouse said to me yesterday, that kind of offended me and hurt my feelings, or the way my boss treated me, or my coworker said this. Or we're thinking about, what are we going to have for dinner tomorrow? Or what am I going to do this weekend? Right? All of that is our conscious mind. So what happens then is, as I'm thinking about the past or I'm thinking about the future, what then is controlling this current moment? My subconscious mind. My subconscious mind only deals in the present. So what's happening then, the results that I'm getting are not just based on a conscious thought, but it's really based upon a subconscious program. Now, does that somehow excuse us for the results we're getting? Absolutely not, because we all have the opportunity to rewire and refire and reprogram that subconscious thinking. But what it does mean is this, that I can sit down and read a self-help book. I can maybe learn a new skill. I can learn new things in my conscious mind. But yet, I'm not really seeing the manifestation of those results because my subconscious is being used so much more of the time. It simply becomes a mathematical equation. Now, let me give you a couple examples. One is something as simple as walking. You don't think about, I have to put this foot in front of the other, or you don't think I got to use these muscles. You just do it subconsciously. It is a habit that's been formed. Remember, your habits get established within your subconscious mind. I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but it happens to me quite a bit, that maybe I'm driving home from the office and my mind is going, 100 miles an hour, and pretty soon I'm, halfway home, and I kind of come back to and say, holy crud, how did I get here? I don't remember seeing this street or passing that store that I normally pass. Or maybe I'm in the car and having an in-depth conversation with someone. Right? Pretty soon we're at the destination. I can tell you all about the conversation, but I can't really tell you anything that happened on the road. Why? I've driven for so long and so often that it's just my subconscious mind that I'm driving with. So the concepts of meditation, the concepts of mindfulness, of what we call notice what you're noticing, the reason why those have power is bringing our conscious mind back into the present moment. I trust that you got great value out of that video. And if you did, make sure you smash that like button. And I'll tell you, the next video, the next link is right about here on your screen. So go ahead and hit that, and I'll see you in the next one.